mixed messages on the state of cybersecurity customer spending. Palo Alto Networks recently warning on their earnings call about clients beginning to show signs of, quote, spending fatigue. But rival Zscaler's CEO told us here on Friday on Overtime that they are not seeing spending fatigue. We'll get the latest read tomorrow when CrowdStrike reports earnings. But for more on the state of the industry, let's bring in Cyberark CEO Matt Cohen, who joins us here on set. It's so great to have you. Welcome.
Thanks, Morgan. Great to be here.
Spending fatigue. Are you seeing it?
I think Nikesh there maybe was a little bit taken out of context. I think what he's talking about is more overall fatigue with the number of cybersecurity tools that an organization or enterprise has to implement. And really, when he's talking about platformization, he's talking about how do you take that massive number of tools and bring them down to a smaller number of platforms. Overall, from our perspective, we see spending continue to increase. It's increased throughout the course of last fiscal year and into this year. And we see as this threat landscape continues to elevate that more and more companies out there, enterprises, even government organizations, are having to double down their investment in cyber spend. They just want to do it with a vendor or a provider that they can trust. We kind of call it a consolidation of trust that's happening out in the industry.
All right. And so what does that mean for Cyberark?
So for us, it means that there's more and more people looking for us to provide a universal platform for identity security. And so when you think about the various spectrums of identities within an organization, you can have IT identities, you can have developer identities, machine identities, or the entire workforce. Each one of those identities comes with a certain risk profile, and our ability to provide a universal platform that secures each one of those identities, making sure that if somebody gets in, we can control what happens, is what our customers trust us for, and it's driving the overall growth for Cyberark that we've seen throughout the last couple of years.
So, Matt, how does the platform drive play out in identity? Because, you know, Zscaler and CrowdStrike are doing their platform thing writ large, and we're expecting some consolidation. In identity, you've got Okta, which has had some stumbles, really, in the security arena, really embarrassing ones, but they've managed to recover, it seems. Are you able to take advantage of that? When do we see, you know, if you have an inflection and get past them, when is that?
Yeah, sure. So I think what you see with Okta is they started really with this idea of managing identities really against the general workforce. And they started with some of the lighter security controls like MFA, multi-factor authentication, or SSO, single sign-on. And that's really where their DNA was formed. From a CyberArk perspective, we were born in privileged access management, which was securing the IT identities within companies as they access the most critical assets. So what we've been able to do with our identity security platform is bring the notion, the concept of privilege controls from IT out to the larger enterprise. And I think that contrasts a little bit with Okta's approach, which is really around managing identities, ease of use, operational efficiency. And you've seen them talk a little bit about a need to dedicate down to a really security-first mindset. We think that the identity security platform that wins in the market will be one that started with a security-first mindset to begin with.
So at what point does your approach become a critical advantage, though? Like, because we've seen sometimes that products that don't have the focus that technology thinks should win, you know, they still end up winning.
I think that in this threat environment, when you start to see that every major breach leads towards ultimately stealing an identity credential, and identity is what is really the target of the bad actors out there, I think you start to see that the organizations want a identity security provider that they can trust to truly secure the true spectrum of identities. I think that's playing out in the market. It's playing out in our results. We grew 27% in revenue last year, 36% in ARR. And I think that it'll continue to play out as companies look for that provider that they can trust.
So at a time where you have a geopolitically fraught landscape, and we'll say big year for elections, including here in the U.S., you've got Gen AI applications moving into the market. On the one hand, that's good because that means you can start to apply some of those capabilities as a company looking to address some of those threats. On the other, I would imagine it means the threat profile is constantly changing and in some ways becoming more commoditized. Is that the way to think about it?
Yeah, I think you should think about the innovation that's happening amongst the hacker collectives of the bad actors out there is just elevating at an exponential rate. Everybody can hack. The cyber criminals can hack at the level of nation states. And that allows for everybody to be more vulnerable. And it requires us on the defensive side to up our game from an innovation perspective to be able to take care of it.